Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Eva and I love all things makeup, skincare, from budget to high-end, indie, everything in between. Now, today's video I'm so excited about. I am going to be swatching, reviewing, talking about the new Moira Everlust Shimmer Cream Shadows. Now, these launched this week and I picked up all the shades on launch day because I love the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize cream shadows, and these, upon first photos, look to be very similar. So I am going to be swatching these, talking about the formula. I will be putting them on my eyes, giving you my initial thoughts, and I'll also swatch my Charlotte Tilbury shades that I have to let you know if there are any similar ones that could be dupes from Moira Cosmetics. So if that interests you, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and keep on watching. A little bit more about Moira, in case you are not familiar. Moira is a budget-friendly brand. It is an online-only brand. It reminds me of ColourPop in terms of price range and in terms of their, attempt to come out with formulas that are more affordable dupes for higher end products. So from Moira Cosmetics, they have a great cream blush, they have amazing eyeshadow palettes, they have amazing lip products. I've tried so many products from Moira that I absolutely love. If you are interested in an all up like Moira, what's worth it, what's not video, let me know in the comments below. But focusing in on this launch, so these launched in 12 shades, and these retail for $7.50. If you do buy all 12 in a bundle, you do save some money. So I will have the bundle linked down below. Now, these, as I mentioned, upon first glance, seem to be very, very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize, but obviously at a much lower price point. The Eyes to Mesmerize, I believe, are maybe around $36, and these are $7.50. So quite a big difference there. I'm going to start off by talking about the packaging of the product, and then I'm going to go into swatches, and then we will test them on my eyes. I did want to mention that one of my nails fell off moments before I started filming this video, and it's lost somewhere on my floor. So I acknowledge that I'm missing a nail, but it will actually make swatching these a lot easier. So it's a blessing in disguise. I am going to swatch the first one here in front of the camera so you can get my thoughts on the texture of the product. So this first shade that we are going to be swatching is the shade Pearl White. Hopefully my camera's focusing, and it is an iridescent pearly shimmer. I'm just applying this to my hands, you can see it's just a very pretty pearly shimmer. I'll do arm swatches and insert those, but wanted to give my initial thoughts on the texture. I'm going to now swatch a Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize next to it, just so I'm getting, it's been a while since I've used these, just so I'm getting a fresh perspective of what that formula feels like. Upon first application, feels very, very similar, very light, very moussey. Of course, the Charlotte Tilbury shade I swatch is much more pigmented than this bad boy, but I will go ahead and go off camera, swatch all the Moira Cosmetics shades on my arm, and then talk about the shades. I did find some shade similarities in my collection between Charlotte Tilbury and Moira. Again, I have 4 of the Charlotte Tilbury. There are way more in the collection, so I'm sure there are other similar shades. But the ones that I found, and I will insert swatches, I found the Moira Cosmetics shade Melrose number 4 to be very similar to Pillow Talk. I mean, they look very similar in the pan or pot, but swatched out they look quite similar. I would say the Moira one is a little bit darker than the Charlotte Tilbury one, but very, very similar tone. And then the other shade that I found to be quite similar is number 5 Strawberry Glaze from Moira Cosmetics, and I found it to be very similar to Charlotte Tilbury Copper Sunrise. Not exactly, just similar. You'll see in the swatches. Similar, not complete matches though. Something I wanted to mention about texture as I was doing more swatches and doing the comparisons is the Charlotte Tilbury formula is thicker and denser than the Moira one. The Moira one is a lot lighter and like bouncier. It's like a lighter mousse. It's a much lighter mousse compared to the Charlotte Tilbury ones. So as far as how that will translate into the formula, I don't know, but I'm eager to get one of these on my eyes. I originally was going to do eye swatches on all of them, but I just don't think my lids can handle that trauma. I don't want to put them through it. So instead, I'm going to pick maybe like a couple shades and apply them to my eyes and talk about how they blend out, etc. So for shades, I really want to do that Strawberry Glaze shade that was pretty similar to Sunset Rose, or rather Copper Sunrise. The first shade I'm going to try on my eyes is that Strawberry Glaze shade that I was just speaking about. Now for applying product like these, you can either go in with your finger or with a brush. I'm going to go in with a flat synthetic brush. I'm going to use the Sculpt number 19 brush from Spectrum Cosmetics, and I am just dipping right in to the product. And then we are going to go directly on the eyes. I didn't prime my eyes. I wanted to apply these to a bare lid because that's how I normally apply the Charlotte Tilbury ones. Oh wow, okay, this is applying so pretty already. I'm gonna apply more to build it up, but first impression is it's a very nice wash of color. I am curious how much I can build these up though, because that first application, it's giving just a wash of color and not a whole lot of pigment. So that is the shade Strawberry Glaze with just like one coat, rather two coats on the eye. I actually want to go in with my finger though to see if we can build up the intensity a little bit. I'm just really piling this product on. I might regret it later. Oh, okay. I will say I'm pretty impressed. It's layering well. Like I gooped a lot of that on my eye and it still looks really, really nice and pretty flattering. I am going to go in with a small crease brush though and just work the crease a little bit. Okay, something weird just happened. I feel like when I opened my lid and closed it again, a lot of the pigmentation went away. That was weird. That was weird and that was troubling. I am going to remove this and I'm going to try again, but this time I'm going to apply it only with my finger and I'm not going to like glob up a bunch of product like I did this last time. So while we are letting this eye dry from that makeup remover, I think I'm actually going to try another color on my other lid. I want to try a darker color. And maybe I'll wipe it off after, but I want to see if maybe this shade's being weird because it's lighter. So I'm going to go in with the Mossy Green shade. This is number 10, Olive Green. Very, very pretty color. Not one I normally go for, but I am intrigued. So I'm going to go in with my finger with this and just apply, and then I'll go in with a brush and clean it up. I actually kind of like that it's more of a wash of green as opposed to, I don't know, something that's way more pigmented. Okay, I am going to leave this eye alone for a minute, and then we're going to go back and apply that strawberry glaze to the right eye. Part of me always wonders, like, do I cut out all the you know, like mistakes and the stuff that didn't work to make it more of like a seamless video? But I'd rather keep it in and have you see like what the live application is, because sometimes things don't always go as planned, or sometimes it takes you a few tries to figure out the best way to apply or use a product. Now we are going back in with strawberry glaze, going in with my finger this time, applying it all over the lid. Very pretty shade. It is applying, the shade is applying a little unevenly in my opinion. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup now with the brush, and then let it like sit and dry. Okay, I have some like confusing news to report back. The green one is wearing so far like fine, but this strawberry one is like already creasing on me. And I normally don't have big issues with things creasing, so that is concerning. Okay. I'm getting a little scared, and it's making me think I should try a few more shades on my eyes to figure out what the heck is going on, because so far we're 50-50. So far the strawberry one, not good. Olive one is pretty and fine. So my eyelids are gonna hate me later, but let's take off the strawberry shade and let's try a different shade. I think we'll only be able to try like a couple more shades because it's just gonna be too much on my poor, you know, my poor little eyelids, but I think it will be worth it to test a few out. Okay, let's go in now with, okay, we did, the green shade worked, like the darker shade worked. Let's go with like the second shade. Let's go in now with the shade Champagne Kiss. So I'm gonna do the same thing again, get some on my finger, and apply. I have some more disturbing news to report. I applied the second shade, Champagne, on my lid, and it's a creasy mess. It is very creasy. Like, I even went like this for like, I feel like a minute to try to let it dry down, and it's creasing already. Guys, I'm getting really concerned. I was so excited about this launch, and so far we're like 1 for 3. The green one is holding up nicely, so that's a plus. I think I'm just gonna keep going. I think I'm gonna keep going and trying them on until my eyelids can't take it anymore, because I want to see why some of them are creasing and why other ones aren't. So I'm gonna remove the shade, and then we are going to do another. And then tonight I'm going to need to, like, I don't know, hardcore put on the moisturizer on my eyelids. Okay, I have removed that. I'm gonna let it like dry for a minute so that the makeup remover doesn't impact the application. I think now what I'm gonna do another dark one because the dark green worked. So far the light ones are meh. I'm gonna try the silver one next. So this video is gonna be all over the place and a hot mess. Okay, and we're going in with the silver one. The name of this one is Silver Lining. Going in with my finger again. And I'm going to try maybe applying less product. Maybe I was applying too much product. Maybe that's what it was. Okay. Ooh, pretty, pretty. Okay, I think there is something weird going on. I think my theory may be correct, that there's like something with the light ones that just don't apply well, but the darker ones that are more pigmented are fine. Okay. I mean, I need to give it a minute. I need to like keep my eye closed like this. I know I look ridiculous. I'm gonna keep my eye closed and I'm just cleaning off a fluffy brush and I'm just gonna like move the product in the crease a tiny bit just because it didn't apply totally evenly with my finger. Oh, guys, I don't know. Like that was fine, but it's not. I need to set up my new camera so I can zoom in closer, but like it's not really impressive. It's just kind of like a sheer wash of silver as opposed to like an actual cream shadow. Oh, I don't know, guys. I'm gonna remove this and we're gonna try another. We're just gonna keep going until we can't go anymore. And then what I want to do is I also want to like refresh my memory on the Charlotte Tilbury ones, and I'll remove the green and apply Charlotte Tilbury one on that eye just to make sure I'm not just like misremembering how magical those are. Oh, my eyes are stinging now. Okay, these have to be the last swatches. Whew. Oh gosh, okay. They are dry. Okay, on the right eye, we're gonna do another Moira. We are gonna do, let's do another light one. So we just did a dark one. Let's do this white one. Let's do the pearl white, which is like a pretty, like ethereal, bluey. It has like little like specks, I feel like, of blue glitter maybe. I'm gonna wipe some off in the back of my hand because maybe I've been applying too much. And then going in. Okay. That's pretty, but already creasing. I do need to apply a little bit more though to build up the pigment in this one. Okay, this shade is really pretty, but I do need to clean it up because I kind of got it all over my eyes. So I am officially like out on these. Like it's already completely creased and it's like the pigment's already gone. And it's been on my face for like a minute. I'm very, very annoyed with these right now. But for a mood lifter, I am going to apply one of the Charlotte Tilbury ones to my other eye just as a reminder of what these are like. And maybe I'm just like forgetting how to properly apply a cream shadow. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. The Charlotte Tilbury ones are magical. No, I'm not. This, okay, no. There is nothing wrong with, well, there are a lot of things wrong with me, but I'm not the reason that these were not working well. Nope, that was so easy. I mean, I applied it very haphazardly, but no, it was not me. It was unfortunately the Moira ones. Now, I have to say I'm pretty shook. Like a lot of the Moira products are amazing, and I was expecting these to be amazing. And these first impression, I would not recommend these. I hate to say that because I love Moira, but I'm always going to be honest on here. And these I'm very bummed about. I would not recommend these. But what I would recommend are, of course, the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize, but those are quite expensive. But a product that is actually a dupe for those, and I don't know why more people don't talk about this brand more on YouTube. The brand is big in Europe. People sometimes talk about it here, but Kiko Milano. Kiko Milano, obviously an Italian brand, is if you ever go to Europe, you will see these like on, or if you ever go to Italy, you will see these on like, they're everywhere in Europe, and they are drugstore prices of very luxe quality makeup. And they make a product that is very similar to the Eyes to Mesmerize called the Metal Chrome Eyeshadows. And they have that same dense texture as the Charlotte Tilbury. They're moussey, and then they're beautifully pigmented and easy to blend out. So if you are looking for a more affordable version of Charlotte Tilbury, I would say go with the Kiko Milano products. If you're interested, can do like a whole video on just the Kiko Milano ones or what I love from Kiko in general. Let me know in the comments below. But Kiko is now sold at Ulta online. If this particular product is available at Ulta, I will link it below. If not, I will link it directly to the Kiko site. So in conclusion, I know I keep repeating myself, but I'm very bewildered. In conclusion, first impressions, not positive of the Moira cream eyeshadows. Super, super bummed. They swatched beautifully, but dang, they creased. They just didn't have enough pigment. And when you tried to build it up, the product would disappear. What a bummer. What a bummer. But on the positive side, it did make me feel good about having spent so much money on the Charlotte Tilbury products, because they are just superior. They are superior. And then it also reminded me of how wonderful the Kiko Milano ones are. So let me know in the comments below, have you tried anything from Moira? What have you liked from Moira? And I will catch you in my next video.